fun or anything.
What the F is going on? I go
to the restroom. I come back. Jesse's hosting my show and talking with Gage the Beast and Daddy Whitlocks. Yep. Anthony just got a new nickname. Daddy Whitlocks.
Welcome to Jeremiah Wonders. Here's my guest, Jeremiah Watkins.
Oh, hey.
Wow, Jeremiah, your voice sounds deeper.
I like that with this voice modulator, your voice is still very high.
What are you talking about? I'm a man.
What are you talking about? I'm totally a dude. Don't worry about it.
I'm transitioning.
Okay, well, that's your choice as a person.
Thank you.
Very supportive here on Jeremiah Wonders of My Friend's Needs. Should I move this? Should I move this sax a little bit farther out of frame?
We don't see it.
I'm glad you sanitized this, right? Because I watched the episode where Bobby Lee farted into the mic.
You're the first person to bring that up since that happened. So yes, we did sanitize. Actually, Gage went through and sprayed all of these mic covers this morning. So, only the ghost of Bobby Lee's farts are on that microphone. So that's very good.
He is here in spirit.
He's always here in spirit. The Slept Kingdom is always here in spirit on Jeremiah Wonders. It's really good to have you on the show. I'm going to take this off here in a second.
How are you, Jesse?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for making it out of your house today.
It was so hard.
Was it?
Yeah.
Just to get out?
Yeah, there was just virus everywhere. And I was like trying to get through it. But I got my backpack and a bottle of water.
Right.
Yeah, first aid kit.
Yeah.
Fine.
Zombie survival kit.
Yeah.
I started watching 28 Days Later last night, and I had to stop it because I was like, this is too depressing right now. I was like, this is the worst movie that I can be watching right now. I thought that it was going to help the situation, be like, but I was like, I can't finish this right now. This is too much.
Yeah, it's like 5 days later since we've been quarantined.
Yeah.
Here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to 5 Days Later. Los Angeles is beginning to become a wasteland. People are slowly stopping hiking.
All we can do now are podcasts.
In a time when only podcasts are still a form of entertainment for people to binge watch and consume, there arose a podcast with Jessie Johnson and Jeremiah Watkins.
I'm telling you that your voice it like kind of makes it lower, but it doesn't fully all the way. And that makes me laugh. I'm so happy to have my sister, Jessie Johnson, on the show today. Sis, how you doing?
I'm good. You could call me Phyllis.
Okay, yeah, I could call you Phyllis.
Since that's
your
my
birth name.
Yeah, my birth name.
Yeah. Totally.
I changed my name to be more famous, to Jessie Johnson, something really original. And
it's a stage name.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Our other sister, when she heard that Phyllis was on the show on Kill Tony, she said, who is pretending to be me?
That's our
other sister.
older sister.
Younger sister. Yeah. Yeah, you remember. That's only a certain time of year is older.
We've kind of fallen out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're incommunicado.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
It's okay.
Can we put a description?
I think I half made up the word. It's excommunicado, but I said incommunicado. And I'm also saying comunicado, which is making me smile right now for some reason. Rather than communicado, but comunicado makes me sound a little bit more. Oh, incommunicado is not able, wanting, or allowed to communicate with other people.
Yeah, all three.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
Totally. For those of you who don't know, if you watch or listen to the Kill Tony show, I'm a part of the band on that show where I play saxophone, and we just added our first female full-time band member, and that is Jessie Jetski Johnson.
Hello.
That is you. And people have been really stoked to have you part of the show, as well as myself and Joel and Chris and Tony and Brian. Everybody has been stoked to have you on so far. Your response, being welcomed in, has been amazing.
That's awesome. I was scared just now you were going to be like, everyone liked it except me.
Except me. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Everybody's loving it except this guy. What's going on?
I've been so happy. The positivity getting into the show, it's been awesome. So.
Yeah, because not necessarily, I didn't exactly have the same welcoming tone when I joined the show.
What happened?
I
guess I started watching when you were already part of the show.
Yeah. It was just, it was interesting because when I joined the show, my role hadn't been created yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The band was just a band that just played songs, and I was just a dude who was chiming in with sometimes funny jokes, but sometimes really annoying, like not just trying to find my place and stuff like that. Because it's definitely a rhythm and a muscle with that show that you kind of have to find your moments.
Yeah.
And it's real easy, like if you chime in too much, that you can become an annoyance rather than adding the right ingredient to it. So when I started on the show, it was Pat Reagan and myself, because he had brought me in, and we were pretty obnoxious. Like we had some funny stuff, but there was definitely some cringy moments, like over time, where it'd be like, oh, we're definitely like trying too hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we hadn't been doing the characters at all yet. That wasn't a thing that we had even come up with yet. But we started doing like these silly intros where we would be like, let's dress up for this intro. And then like the more we did it, we were like, why don't we just, we're already dressing up. Why don't we commit to these characters the entire episode? And then we started doing that, and people did not like it at first. They're like, this is, they were like, this is really obnoxious. Like it went from two dudes who were sitting on the corner of the stage, like chiming in occasional things that were funny, but sometimes obnoxious, to us doubling down on people being like, yikes, this is like there was people who wanted us gone for sure, that would like write comments all the time, like Pat and Jeremiah, the worst additions of the show. And then we finally found our groove with committing to the characters every week. And then it became this thing where now people look forward to seeing what we do every week, which is cool. So there's kind of like a learning curve that happens. So I'm glad that you didn't have to go through some of that
I know.
when joining the show.
You really paved a way for me to just jump in and have fun. Like even Joel, I think, because there wasn't drums, like he kind of created the Mexican drum off, and he has like his own segments, like in any show. I feel like because maybe it's because I'm a woman, like I'm already different. I really just get to go in and play and have fun, and it's awesome.
Well, it's awesome. We definitely need some female energy on the show, because just like any show, if there's not like that point of view, sometimes it can easily become like a boys' club mentality, where it's like it starts going down a certain path of humor or stuff like that. That's just great. Is like by even having you on the show, it's like kind of like a constant reminder of like, hey, there's female viewers out there too. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of the female viewers, like I love watching the show, but I really liked when Allie was on it, kind of feeling represented, I guess. But you don't want to force it. You don't want to just have somebody on because they don't have a penis. But, but if they're representing and funny, it's great.
Oh, snap. Calling us out. Oh, no.
Yeah, why do I gotta have a penis?
Why do guys gotta have penises and stuff?
Yeah, what's wrong with having a penis?
Yo, I'm just trying to get my penis just like having it on my body. That's about it. Not out or anything, just having one.
I'm growing mine right now.
You got a penis on your body?
I'm starting to.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Wow, that guy's weird.
Yeah, that's a strange person. strange person.
I couldn't believe that I was able to join the band, because for a long time I thought I was going to be a regular. I
thought you were too. I actually, that was one of the things, you were one of the people who I was hoping would become a regular back in the day when you were kind of appearing on the show a little bit more often.
Like every other week, I would just get in, pulled up.
Yeah, you got real lucky like a bunch of times in a row.
And then I remember having this interview where I talked about playing trumpet, and Tony looked me in the eyes and he's like, bring your trumpet next time.
Yeah.
So in the next week I brought it and I signed up, and I was in the back of the Comedy Store with the trumpet. And at the end of the episode, Tony was like, okay, we have a special surprise. And a part of me was like, maybe he's going to bring me up. And as I'm like holding my trumpet, he said, Jeremiah's going to get his balls waxed. And as I wheeled you out and we're waxing your balls on the podcast, I like slowly packed up my trumpet. And I've been like dying to tell you that story.
Oh my goodness. I love that story so much, because I feel like as a comedian, we've all been there so many times where you think you're about to go up and then something happens where you're like, that's what's taking my place on stage right now. And you know, it's kind of funny for me to be on the opposite end of that, where I was the one getting my bush freaking waxed on stage. Like, the trumpet playing, the real skill that can wait. I gotta have my nads waxed now.
The whole crowd was like, "Oh my god!" And I'm just like in the back shadows, like backing.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? Hello. You're just looking around like everybody's like happy and stuff. Yeah, you're like the only one that's walking out like sad and depressed. I guess there's always next week to this thing.
Yeah, and weeks went by, maybe even months, and then I got that text. It was the day of, hey, do you want to play in the band? And I was like, holy shit. You got to be patient.
Yeah.
Wait for the right timing.
Yeah.
It would have been weird if I went up that night. Like,
oh, just like it be more forced kind of thing?
Yeah, like what would I have done? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cue the sad music. We're gonna reenact from Jesse's point of view.
Get the waxer out here.
Okay, so I'm gonna be Tony, and then I'm gonna announce it, and we're gonna do the whole thing, and then you'll hit the music, okay?
I got my hit.
All right, it's been a spectacular show tonight, but we're going to close it out with a very special surprise. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage, Jeremiah Watkins is going to get his balls waxed on stage. Yes!
Yeah! I can't believe he's gonna get his balls waxed. This is so incredible. He's the only person that deserves to be on stage right here, right now, getting his nards tugged on and all the hair gone. There's definitely nobody else that should be going up on stage right now with a talent that could match this wild moment right now.
Damn, it was like just like that.
Jesse. Keep playing the music. Jesse. This is your inner monologue, Jesse.
Damn, how'd you know my inner monologue sounded like that?
Because we're sad right now.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Can you believe that?
I can't believe it.
I thought we were the surprise.
For a second, I was like, is he going to bring me up here?
For a second, I was like, is he going to bring us up?
Yeah, I was like, he said, bring your trumpet.
Right. But instead, he brought out a waxer to wax Jeremiah's balls.
I feel like an idiot.
I feel like an idiot.
We feel like an idiot.
We feel like an idiot.
I should quit trumpet.
No, me should quit trumpet.
We should both quit. None of us should be
quit it
playing.
right now. If this isn't a sign, I don't know what is. How Hollywood just wants people getting their balls waxed on stage rather than raw talent playing the trumpet.
And look at the crowd. They love it.
They love it. Is this even the style of show that I want to be a part of, that they want balls waxed over great trumpet playing? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I should transition.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, what?
Hey, how's this?
Wait, how did you get inside our mind?
I'm gonna be the new voice of Jessie Johnson.
This is the new us?
Yeah, and I'm gonna take some medicine. I don't know how to transition.
Good thing is you can say anything right now because you can't get canceled because of Corona.
Well, we'll be back soon, so we'll be right back after this. I definitely don't think that's a mentality that we should have on the podcast right now. Who cares? Can't get canceled. Coronavirus 2 weeks later.
You have to go back to work.
Awkward. So about those things that I said on that podcast while the coronavirus was going on. Didn't mean it. No. I think, big fan of all people. Definitely.
You can't say
I don't
people
sway to-
anymore.
what's the term that I can say?
Just all. I'm a fan of all.
Okay. I'm a fan of all. What do you think about this weather that's going on right now?
In here?
Oh no, just
Pretty dry.
outside.
Oh yeah, out there.
Yeah.
The rain?
Yeah.
The
We can't say rain anymore.
water?
Okay. Hey, what do you think about this is a loaded one. What do you think about the current political state right now in the election?
The current one?
The current
Pretty good.
Okay. All right. I think I have somebody who wanted to stop by this episode and visit you.
Wow, in these times?
Yeah. One of my buddies wanted to stop by and visit you. Let me go grab him. I think he's right behind that curtain over there, okay?
Whoa, he's slender. Oh my god. Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Spencer. I'm the last Blockbuster employee. And I just want to know what movies are you watching right now?
Well, I can't look at you.
I can't look at you either.
Spencer, have you seen Mo Better Blues?
Yeah.
Have you seen every movie?
Pretty much. Yeah, I work at Blockbuster, so I've got a lot of downtime, especially right now. So, because I just got my learner's permit and nobody wants to take me driving anymore. So I've got a lot of time to just rewind movies and play them here. So
What about like Handmaid's Tale? Have you seen like any Hulu originals or like any streaming stuff?
I mean, I don't really know too much about streaming because that kind of defeats the purpose of like my job. But
what do you even do at this?
I do get SAG screeners on DVD that people send me. But I refuse to watch streaming things. But I'll watch hard copy things like on DVD and VHS bootlegs.
What if somebody like recorded a streaming show and put it on a DVD? Would then you watch it?
Yeah, that's totally cool. It's totally cool. Yeah, I'm into that. So yeah, I've seen Handmaid's Tale on VHS like 19 times.
Oh, I don't think you would survive Gideon. There's no movies there.
You wouldn't survive Gideon.
No, I would, but I would be like raped a lot.
No, okay. I don't use that word. But that's okay.
Oh, there's no movies about rape.
Oh no, I mean there's the accused. There's that pinball scene. There's a pinball scene in The Accused.
Do you ever like smoke a bunch of weed in the back and rewind the movie?
I don't smoke weed. Do you smoke weed?
Your hair tells me you smoke weed.
Shut up.
You're high right now.
No, I'm not. I'm 15.
Spencer,
what?
give it up. Whoa.
So what's your favorite movie right now? So I can give it on Spencer's picks for the week when people come into a Blockbuster. What's one of your favorite movies?
My favorite movie is the last movie I watched because that's all I can remember, and that's Mo Better Blues by Spike Lee.
Okay.
Recommended to me by the hilarious Ron Taylor.
Okay, that's cool. Do you have any like other classics that you like other than the most recent one that you saw? Like, as a question, they said
They asked you, Spencer, the question?
No, they sent this. I grabbed this from the question list. It's from Nicholas Flowers on Instagram. He says, "What movie scene makes you cry every time?"
Well, I can't really think of the movie, but you know what makes me cry a lot is reality TV. Do you watch that?
Once again, if you put like a box set, I've watched the Jersey Shore box set a bunch of times.
Not like that, like America's Got Talent.
I like America's funniest home videos. Like
no, like when people are following their dreams and they like get really close and they move people, and then like I like get a little choked up.
Oh, like the what's that? The Susan Boyle lady?
Yeah, like Susan Boyle. You know her?
Yeah, I've got a poster.
You have a poster of Susan
Yeah,
Boyle?
yeah. It came as a promo that they sent us to Blockbuster. Like to sometimes different shows advertise within like the walls of Blockbuster, and we put up posters and stuff. And they said that I could have that one. So it's
who's that? Your
cool.
manager? Or?
Yeah, yeah. Derek. He's a hard nose. Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Simon Birch?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's a tearjerker.
Oh man, it's
not a comedy.
No, that'll challenge you.
Yeah, got Gilbert Grape.
Oh, what's eating him?
Yeah, a lot. And it's I mean, I think it's a metaphor too because his mom likes to eat a lot.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think his mom's eating him at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is. I think that's a different take on like what you think of like the movie because you saw a fat person and you saw who's eating Gilbert Grape.
It's his mom.
It's his mom. His
the whole
mom
time.
is gonna eat him. That's the moral of the story. Hey, if you want, there's like an opening at Blockbuster.
I gotta be quarantined.
And we don't have many girls who work there that are cool like you. So if you want, I can like put
Spencer,
in a word.
no.
What?
I can't.
Okay, no means no.
I have to be quarantined.
Okay, I mean,
I can't be touching all the videos and.
No, I hand sanitize all of them every night.
No.
I put squirts on all the VHSs and the DVDs. People say
Spencer,
I should use Clorox wipes, but I prefer just getting the gel all over the products.
I'm almost 30.
What?
Yeah, I can't be working at a Blockbuster.
I thought you were like 17.
No, man. I'm getting into
you're like
my 30s pretty soon.
You're almost over the hill.
Yeah, man, I can't be working at a video store.
Yeah, I'm 15. So
yeah, I know. I get that.
I thought that you were gonna. Yeah, you're like old.
Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't even really be talking to each other
this
right
is
now.
this is like illegal.
You want me to call your mom?
Yeah, but first, you want to watch Triple X State of the Union together?
No, I'm not gonna watch porn with you.
No. That's with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, again, I'm not gonna watch porn with you.
I mean, one man's porn is another man's treasure. They say that. You ever heard that word? You ever heard that phrase?
One woman's porn is a man's treasure.
One woman's porn is a man's treasure. All right. Well, my mom's picking me up, so I gotta go.
All right.
I love you.
Okay, get out of here. Oh, hey. Some really weird guy just came by.
What do you mean?
Like a 15-year-old kid working at Blockbuster.
There's still Blockbusters open?
I don't know, man. Maybe I dreamed it.
That's weird.
Anyway.
I just went to the restroom and had to sanitize real quick.
Yeah, you were in there a while.
I mean, yeah.
That is a positive of this day and age. You could spend as long as you want in the bathroom and no one's going to judge you, because if they say anything like, oh, you were in there a long time, you can be like, yeah, I was washing my hands for a long time.
I did the alphabet 9 times while I dookied. I freaking dumped. And then I sanitized because I'm clean. That's what I did. Don't judge me for. Did you know that Dr. Oz, have you ever seen Dr. Oz's proper ways to wash your hands?
Mm-mm.
There's etiquette, I guess.
What?
There's etiquette.
Maybe I've been doing it wrong.
How have you been doing it?
I like rub my hands on the sink.
I rub my hands on a kid's mouth before I leave the restroom. Am I doing it wrong?
Every time you
Every
find a
time.
kid?
I find a kid, I say, open your mouth, and then I put the back of my hands on his tongue, and I use that as like those old paper towel dispensers that have just like that cloth. I use a kid's mouth as that to really dry off the hand and the soap, and then he starts to cough, and then that's what I use as the hand dryer is his coughs.
Well, they say kids' mouths are cleaner than human mouths.
Yeah. Did you know that a kid's mouth is cleaner than a dog's butt?
That's pretty clean.
That's pretty clean.
I think you are doing that. You're washing the right way.
I think I'm doing it.
Yeah. Because I've just been like rubbing my hands on the bottom of the sink.
Yeah.
And like the counter and sometimes the toilet a little bit because I want to like clean up after myself.
Right. Totally.
Like, just being good. And then I rub the sink and then I try not to use too much water because I don't want to waste it.
Right.
And
so use the toilet water, right?
I sometimes, but yeah. Sometimes I don't even like to flush because I don't want to like waste the water.
Right. If it's yellow, stay mellow.
Yeah.
If it's brown,
you a clown.
you a clown. If it's brown, you a clown. If you pooping, why not scooping? If you dumping, why you stomping?
Poop jokes are so funny.
Hey, you guys ever notice how poop jokes are funny?
They're like so funny.
They're like, I'm really into them. Hey, guys, have you heard about this new poop joke phase? Have you heard about the new poop joke phrase?
No.
Me neither.
So wait, you're telling me people are making jokes about poop?
Yeah. Get out of here.
That's hilarious.
That's in. That's really in right now.
Unless you're pooping, that is out. If you're, but
right, totally. So Jessie, a lot of people want to know. A lot of these questions came up. I want to get into a little bit of your backstory because people want to know, and we'll keep being silly in and out of this thing, but people do want to know a little bit of your origin story because, like for example, you and I met originally. Was it in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Was it through Anwar that we met?
Yeah. I was a sprouting comic on the Phoenix scene, and you headlined Literally the Worst Show Ever, which was a show called Literally the Worst Show Ever.
That was the name of the show. It was literally the worst show ever.
But it was a great show.
It was a great show.
And yeah, it was so cool because you were playing guitar at some points and sax at some points, and you were headlining, and I'd never really seen that. And I was like, that's awesome. And in fact, it took me years, even after that, I think, to actually incorporate the trumpet into my set. Because it's like, I don't know, it's hard to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was really cool. And I remember meeting you then, and I ended up working on that show later. And I actually found out about Kill Tony through Pat. I met him at a comedy festival called Big Pine Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah,
in Flagstaff, Arizona. And I thought he was really weird at first because he says he came up to me at this bar show and was just like, he had the pink hair, and he was just like, "Hey, I like your hat," and I was like, "Thanks." He's like, "Yeah, it looks kind of like a medicine bag you'd put on a wound or something." And then I was like, all right. Which I think is kind of classic Pat.
That sounds like Pat.
You know, just like it could have been a good interaction, but then it was just really weird. But then and I was like, who the fuck is that guy? And then he ended up like headlining the festival, and I saw him playing the music, and I really liked his music, and I looked him up, and he like was a writer on Eric Andre's show, which I loved that show.
Yeah.
And then I also found he was on Kill Tony. And so I looked it up, and the first episode I saw was you guys as the guests.
Oh, Pat and I the 4th of July episode, maybe from like forever ago.
That
up
was
in the belly room. Yeah,
first one I saw.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like hooked on the show. I was like, this is awesome. And I would watch it in my room in Arizona. And I had this big whiteboard, and I would work on my, like, what would I do if I ever, like, I'd never even been to Los Angeles. So I didn't even think about getting on the show. I was just like, I wonder what I would do if I did a minute. And it made my writing way tighter.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then I would think, oh, okay, this is what I would do. And then a friend was like, I'm going to go sign up for Kill Tony on Halloween. And I said, all right, let's go. And I got pulled first, which was cool because I was dressed up for Halloween as a magician. Named Magic Johnson, and I talked about playing the trumpet in my minute, and it was just like, it was interesting to me that I kind of started the show out of the bucket, but in character a little bit.
Yeah.
And then evolved into being in the band.
That is a pretty cool progression.
That's kind of the origin of how I fell into the show.
What year was that you, how many years ago was this when you did that festival, Big Pine and stuff like that in Flagstaff, and like kind of like found out about the show, and then like I'm just curious about like the timeline of the progression.
I think it was 2015 because 2016 on Halloween was when I signed up.
Wow, that's a very interesting.
Yeah,
arc.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
and like a lot of times where, you know, Red Band was telling me when I was getting picked a lot, like I put your name, like I think you should be a regular, and I really thought it was going to happen. And then Malcolm came out of nowhere, and he was just like a clear like favorite. You know, there was no denying his talent and like charisma and all that. So I was kind of like, it's not for me, you know, but I still kept signing up, and it was a good lesson about this business, you know, of having patience and like waiting for your time and just staying optimistic. And
well, I remember years ago, you had sent me a video of you playing trumpet, and I told you, like, I was like, I definitely want to use you in the future. Because you play, I think you sent me a video of you playing trumpet to Careless Whisper. I think you sent me a video of that.
Which I love when you did that a lot. Why did that ever stop?
I don't know exactly. I think that there's certain things that that kind of go in cycles and stuff of the show, but that was essentially like people ask me sometimes, they're like, why don't you want to chant or whatever? And I was like, that's kind of Joel's thing. And then now you have the vroom vroom, you know what I mean?
Which somebody was like, that's not even how you ride a jet ski. Because I guess they were like, you're supposed to squeeze the handles, but I've never ridden a jet ski.
Whoa. Breaking news.
Beep, 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 beep.
Wait, how did you get that nickname then, or why do you like that as your handle on social media then? If you have
nothing cooler than a jet ski. Am I right?
I'm just trying to assimilate and be the coolest version of myself that I can be.
Hell yeah, that's why I wear the glasses too.
Yeah.
And people I know
Are they
want to know about
prescription?
that. They are. I was wearing them before they were prescription, and I feel like
I've gotten so old that now they are prescription. Now I need them. When I was a mere child, I just had just see-through lenses, but as I got older, I needed the prescription.
now I can't read anything.
I can't read. I don't know what happened.
But
Jessie Johnson, that's interesting.
yeah, I met an optometrist in San Diego at a bar, and he was like, "I can make him prescription." I said, "Are you kidding me?" And he goes, "No, I'll do it. I'll give him to you tomorrow." And I tried to pay him, and he won't let me pay him. I
was trying
get
to impress
extremely
you.
lucky sometimes.
He was trying to impress
No,
you.
I think because my friend worked at the bar. Her name's Petra, and I think she might have kind of muscled him a little bit because he like promised me all this stuff, and then and then I don't know. He seemed kind of like scared when he gave me the glasses back. Like tell Petra I did a good job. Okay.
He's like bloody and has the black eyes. Like, just tell Petra I did what I was supposed to, Jessie. Just tell her. Just give her a good report on me, okay?
I just get really lucky.
Nah, that ain't it. Yeah. So yeah, you filled in for me.
That day was so crazy. Can I just say really quick? I was working as a production assistant on the Late Late Show, and we were filming Crosswalk the musical, and it was for Aladdin. So I was on set from 3 a.m. and there was pyrotechnics and Will Smith like in the crosswalk, and I'm holding cue cards for him. I'm like this close to him, which is just like a childhood dream to be that close to Will Smith, you know?
Sure.
So it was already a good day. And it was hard work and stuff, but have you ever seen those segments?
Yeah.
They're singing in the streets. It's like a parade, you know? And then Joel texts me, "Hey, can you fill in for Jeremiah tonight in the band?" And I was just like, holy shit, how did the stage just got like way better? It was like one of the best days ever. I think I got the text and like these like fireworks went off in the street. It was crazy. I was freaking out when he sent me that text.
That's awesome.
I was like, holy shit. I never thought of it as a possibility. But it's like everything I want to do. I've been doing sketch comedy for years and like dressing up as characters and playing trumpet forever. And I love stand up and I love the show. So it was cool. And then I thought I will speak a little bit about Phyllis Watkins.
Yeah.
Because I thought, holy shit, those are really big shoes to fill. I'm filling in for Jeremiah. I feel like the only way I can pull this off is if I play a character related to Jeremiah, because they're gonna be mad he's not there, but maybe they'll like me more if I'm kind of like related to him.
Adjacently related. That's awesome.
So that was like the start of Phyllis Watkins. Yeah, someone like familiar to the show, you know, so it wasn't like this complete newbie coming in.
Oh, that's a good in.
And then
it's a good call.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes to your character and sketch background, that you're like, okay, some kind of familiarity will be good if I do this.
And it also helped me, like you were talking about earlier, how when you started in the band and you were kind of figuring out what the band would be, it kind of helped me play that part in the band. If I was like, okay, what would Jeremiah do right now? You know?
Oh, nice.
So that helped me like fulfill that position. And then I played Careless Whisperer that day.
Yeah, for sure.
After I made fun of a girl who was talking about suicide.
Oh man.
Do you ever like make a joke about someone on stage and like feel bad about it?
All the time.
Sometimes we're all just like, you suck, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's why I try to curve it every once in a while. Well, I try to curve it when I can to make sure that it ends somewhat positive, or at least the person knows that we are like messing around with them. Because some people definitely take it too hard, and that's when I'm like, yo, we need to back off. Even though they signed up for it and they know what the show is, it's like it's still to a point where every once in a while I still have to like kind of be a little bit like, okay, just let's be a little bit mindful.
Yeah.
Like I don't want any of these things to stick like long term.
Yeah. Joel's good with that too. Like he'll ask. I think as we were all making fun of that girl, he's like, "Do you do anything to help your depression?" Like he asked like a real question.
Trying to be something, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's good. A lot of the interview to me is like, can you hang?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even matter what you're talking. Like, can you just hang out with a bunch of people making fun of you? Like, it feels like that's the key to that show. Like if you get really defensive or unhappy,
you have to be able to roll with everything on that show. Yeah, you have to be down for the cause of like maybe taking a jab, but then like going right back into a conversation and just being able to roll with the punches.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How long have you been playing trumpet? No.
Like 19 years. 19
years. Wow.
I started when I was 10. And I wanted to play the saxophone.
Really?
Yeah. And my band teacher was like, we got too many saxophones.
Too many saxophones.
Too many.
Listen, we have too many.
You can't play the saxophone.
There's too many people in the 1% who are playing saxophone right now.
Oh, yeah. We got 90% of the band is saxophone. You can't.
There's too many sexes. Wow.
So I said, I want to play the trombone.
And then they're like, that's also taken.
No, my arms were too short.
Oh, really? You're like,
I couldn't reach.
Couldn't reach it. Wow.
So I was like, I guess I'll play the trumpet.
Yeah.
Hated it for years.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I really liked it, and I kept with it. And
yeah. You want to jam out on something right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And then you're like, just kidding. I'm gonna get my balls waxed on the podcast.
Ladies, come on in. It's time to get my balls waxed in front of Jessie once again. What are you thinking?
You like a Modest Mouse?
Yeah, I like Modest Mouse.
I grew up on that.
What song are you thinking? Modest Mouse.
Let's do Float On.
Okay.
We all float on.
We all float on, all right. Okay.
We're Modest Mouse.
Yeah, those are where Modest Mouse float on. All right, I'll try. I'll follow you a little bit.
Now let's play some jazz.
Okay. Do you have a you have a key or anything that I should try to stay in?
Let's do
sharps, no flats. So like a C.
Yeah, make it as easy as possible.
Key is C. Okay.
Like really easy, but
okay.
Don't let You do 4 bars and then I'll do 4 bars.
Okay.
Or two.
Here, you go first.
Okay.
All right.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I like jazz because you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure.
I live my life like I'm doing jazz all the time.
Let's get into this next segment. It's called Fanning Out.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
All right, I reached out to people online, Jesse, and there's over like 200 questions that were submitted.
Hope you got a lot of time.
Or comments. I try to pick the best ones and things. There's certain things. I'll start with this first question because I'll actually answer part of this. This is from @Kyler Bentler. Kyler Bentley Comedy. Shout out. What's up, Kyler? He's been on Kill Tony before. Funny dude. How do you read all of these, or do you find a couple you're going to use and then give up? I'll answer that question first. I actually go through every single comment and question on Instagram and Twitter, and I try to figure out the best ones that are suited for the person who are being asked, or sometimes it's the most liked question on Instagram. But mainly it's things that have not been covered yet, basically. Like things I'll ask. If people are like, I always ask for character suggestions on Instagram, and people always confuse this. I'm asking for character suggestions for me and the guests to do for the episode of Jeremiah Wonders, not Kill Tony suggestions. And people always kind of make that up. So I end up going through the other ones and not really incorporating them because there you go. But here's his question. I want to know if Jessie could be in charge of character selection for an episode. What would she pick for the cast?
Well, I had one idea that we talked about. Should I talk about it on?
Oh, maybe not.
It's really fucked up.
Which one? I forget which one he said. Oh, we might actually do that one. So let's hold off on that one. But I like that idea a lot. It was actually, Jessie brought up, she said that she wanted some time for us to do the Beatles. And we had done it a long time ago, but it had been so long that I wanted to bring it back because what's interesting about some of the early episodes of Kill Tony, we've done so many characters that even in the suggestions for the questions for Jessie, somebody mentioned the Roseanne cast, somebody mentioned a Mario themed episode. We've actually done both of those, and we've done a lot of things that people suggest, and that's why we don't reply on certain things because we've already done them. But it's been so long that I don't have a problem with bringing some of them back because a lot of people don't even remember, or they don't realize that we've done it.
Yeah. So
we did the Beatles, and I really liked it because I did Paul McCartney the first time I did it, but I got to beat John Lennon this time, and I was really proud of how much effort we put into rehearsing those sons because we wanted them to be really good. Obviously, it's the Beatles, so we want them to be good. But
that was so fun.
I spent a lot of time rehearsing on guitar and stuff because I'm like, I'm not playing sax. There's no sax in the Beatles, so yeah.
Or trumpet. Well, there's some trumpet.
There's trumpet. There are some trumpets though. Yeah, and
that
for
was
George
so
Harrison,
fun. That was like another like really awesome day because a lot of people didn't know that I didn't know that big surprise where that was when you guys made it official that I was in the band. Yeah, a lot of people think I knew about that, but I had no idea.
We didn't tell Jessie. I wanted to keep that a surprise because I knew that she had been getting hit up by a lot of people like, hey, where do you stand with the band now? Because we were the goal was just to work you in organically so it didn't feel like too much at once. And I actually am glad the way that we did it because I think that people, it left them wanting to see you more, which is perfect. That's what you want. And then when it happened, everybody was happy rather than like, oh, where does she come from out of nowhere? It's like, no, she's put in her time, man. She's proven herself already in the short amount of time that she's been on the show that she's going to be a great addition to it.
It was perfect. And I got, doing like a once a month kind of thing got me acclimated to the speed of the show.
It's a lot.
Especially like right when I joined and we would go on the road or do, San Diego or Ventura. Remember when we got to go out in public? And it's like...
Remember the road?
Yeah.
Remember what that was like?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we were doing 2 shows a week, 3 shows a week, so it was good to ease into it.
Well, the music prep that we do ahead of time, that's another thing that I think that Did you know the process before, like when we started rehearsing, like before the shows? Did you know that we did it that way, where we wrote out the music like that?
No, when Joel texted me to fill in for you, and he said that you guys had all talked about it and all that, and I got to the store he goes, get there like an hour before, half hour before I show up, and he's like, all right, what songs do you know? And I was just kind of like, I've been playing for a long time, but I probably took a big break where I would just play alone at home. I know a lot of classical music, a lot of jazz. I don't know a lot of pop hits. So, I just pulled out whatever I could. And then I was like, okay, that's how you guys do it. It's like an hour before the show. We figure it out. Yep.
We have an hour, like we usually meet for an hour before the show, and then we literally will write out the notes. Like not on sheet music, actually the alphabetical and the sharps and the flats, like and play it like that, and we just know the rhythm that we're basically playing.
Yeah, like tabs.
Yeah. Just basically we write out our own tabs. And then hopefully we have some of the ideas of what the songs are going to be beforehand, before going into the night. Otherwise we're scrambling like, oh, what's a good song for this theme or this character? And then it's like kind of a mess. But yeah, we usually try to write out 7 or 8 songs per week, which is kind of crazy. I've got a stack of the sheet music of home that I've written out, and I'm thinking about like making photocopies and like into like a book.
I think people would like that. I would if I mean, sometimes I will go on YouTube and just look up certain songs and see if there's like music for it.
Yeah.
And just play along at home.
Yeah.
This would be fun.
So Jessie has one that's going to come up. So I guess we kind of answered the question a little bit. Got veered off away. She's got a good one coming up that we're actually going to use. So I don't actually want to say it yet, since every week is a surprise. This comes from at Gorilla Walls. You're a great trumpeter on Kill Tony. How seriously do you take playing? Do you practice a lot and play with other people, or is it just for shows?
Up until about 2009 or 2010, I was playing pretty seriously. I had a full ride scholarship to Northern Arizona University on trumpet playing, and a clear trajectory to teaching music.
Yeah.
I taught for a couple years at like summer band camp. Like little kids how to start on the instruments, and then I like dropped out of school, and I didn't want to teach because I knew nothing. So I was like, how can I teach, like life experience wise? I didn't think I'd be a very good teacher, and I kind of knew, part of me knew that was like not my path.
Right.
And I dropped out, and I worked at the smoke shop, and just like I kind of was just not doing anything productive. I was literally just smoking weed for like a year. And towards the end of that, I joined a blues band. It was just like me, 2 singers, and guitar. It's like a folk band. And I was 19, and we got to go into bars and stuff, even though we weren't 21. And we played our blues folk music. And after that, it was mostly just like occasional jam sessions. Like my friend Johnny Rios, he plays piano. We played a little bit. Literally the worst show ever. That's how I started with them. They wanted a band, and like a couple days before the show, they were like asked if I could play trumpet in it. And again, I did that. It was really fun. And then they got like a professional band. And so I was like, oh, not my time. And then a few months after that, I joined in comedy. I've had a lot of moments like that where like I feel like whatever I was going for didn't quite work out, and then over time it like works out in a way better way.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a long answer. What was the question?
No, just about your trumpeting playing. Like, how seriously do you take it? That's perfect.
Yeah, I played really seriously in school.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. This one comes from at Weiler Tinzel. When's the hardest you've ever laughed?
The hardest I usually ever laugh is with my family, like cry laughing.
Yeah.
But recently, when we were in, was it San Diego, and you were Teresa, and you said a joke, and Red Band like didn't get it, and you got out of your seat, and you were like, your whole body was like convulsing. And I was like, you know, when you laugh so hard, you're kind of embarrassed because you can't control your body. like I was like losing it. That for real. That was like, as of recent, the hardest I laughed. I don't know what it
I'll
was.
take
Like
it.
your like your long body just like
Just flailing and being.
flailing and your little mustache like
Oh, yeah.
kind of coming off a little bit.
Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm gender fluid. My pronouns are who, what, when, where, and why. And yes, I do work at FedEx. And no, I will not tell you what my package looks like. Okay, so that's who Teresa is.
Joel and Chris and I all agree. Like sometimes I don't think you notice because you're so in character, but we just like look at you and laugh.
I'll take it.
Like even Gordon, yeah, and all in a good way. But yeah,
Oh, the Gordon Ramsay. You were great as Paula Dean. That was super
that
fun.
was so fun. I hope we bring those characters back.
We will. We will.
Yeah.
Those were really fun.
That audience was a little.
I kind of want to take those characters on the road because when I really like a character, I like to take them on the road because the road usually rewards certain characters a little bit more.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll take those out on the road sometimes.
Yeah, especially like if we ever go to Texas or like
somewhere
somewhere that likes to eat.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be great. Let's see here. Is it weird being the only girl in the group when traveling? This comes from Honeytall on Instagram.
You know, it's actually not. And through whatever reasons, I've actually been a part of a lot of groups that are predominantly male.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of people might think I just did stand up and then joined this group, but I was in 2 other sketch groups before this, like ensemble cast kind of things, and then in high school, you know, being a trumpet player, a lot of like my sections were predominantly male. I don't know why it's always kind of gravitated towards that. It's not something I'm ever looking for. And I have a lot of like hilarious female friends. Like sometimes people think female comics fight a lot, but I don't understand that because I have a lot of like really hilarious female friends and stuff. But I have, for some reason, gravitated to a lot of groups that are predominantly male.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just show up and have fun, and it doesn't. Joel kind of, I think, has taken like a protective, you know, he like called me the night before we went on the road and was like, do you have any questions? You know, like,
he's really good about that.
Yeah, like he you know, he's looking out for me. He's like, it really just feels like we're in like a band, like, you know, everyone's so no, it's been positive. And yeah, I would welcome if there were ever like a female cast member to join at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But
for sure. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
You got to keep expanding the band. You never know where the show's trajectory will take us.
And regulars too.
Yeah, for sure. I think that'll happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Well, William's really sick.
Listen, I have the coronavirus, y'all. He said he literally, oh my goodness.
Raising his hand all night.
Hi, real quick. Hi, over here. Hi. He literally, like, when Gage and I were in Huntington Beach.
They're already laughing.
He literally, like, I said this on the podcast that we did for Kill Tony on Monday, but I don't think you understand how dead this room got when William goes up
I kind of
on
understand.
Saturday night, which is one of the last stand-up shows to literally stay on because the coronavirus is so bad. William looks deadpan into the crowd, and most of the crowd, like I polled the crowd when I went up there. I was like, how many of you are here because you listen to Jeremiah Wonders or Kill Tony? And it was probably like, I want to say maybe only a quarter of the crowd. And there's like 80 some people there, which is a lot for coronavirus weekend. You know what I mean? This is before all the clubs shut down. And William looks deadpan into the audience and goes, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm feeling a bit feverish right now. It gets absolutely nothing. Nothing.
He's such a good liar.
From the audience.
Yeah.
Where to the point where Gage and I are looking at each other and we're dying. And also, like, did he just bury himself in the first 10 seconds of his set? And luckily he recuperated because he's got good jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
But the people who had no idea who William was, who were just there randomly, who bought tickets, they were freaked out. They were literally like, is this a joke? He's joking right now. And then he just moved on. So people they were forced to like try to forget it. But it was so awkward. And that was honestly, if we're talking recent times where I've laughed the hardest, is in the green room before the show. He sat down with all of us in the green room. He goes, I'm feeling a bit feverish right now. And I was just looking at him like, you are such an idiot. And then of course, after he got that big laugh in the green room from all those sick comics, he takes it to the stage and then it gets absolutely nothing, which made it that much sweeter.
Yeah. I wish
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like, I love when comics do that when something kills in the green room. They're like, okay, I got something for this crowd. And then they take it to the stage and just eats it immediately. That's one of the best feelings as a peer comedian who you see your friend killing behind closed doors, but then you take it out in the public and it just bombs. And you're like, this is comedy right now.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
That's amazing.
So good. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of people were wondering if you had ridden a jet ski before. A lot, like there's a bunch of questions.
A lot of people ask me that, and it's literally my pinned tweet on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's just, I've never ridden a jet ski.
That's perfect. This is at Lil Raspy on Instagram. How do I get better at playing trumpet? I was last chair in high school, but I still love playing along to those YouTube play-alongs. But I want to get better every day. You have any advice for somebody like that?
Little raspy, you got to get very raspy. Yes, long tones are probably the best thing to do every day. Just really focusing on your tone and just playing really boring long notes, even though it's not fun. But that's gonna really, focus on this: how you start the note, how you end the note. You don't have to play loud, but just go through all the notes.
Yeah.
You probably look up YouTube videos like long tones, and I think sound is the most important, and then you can work on like the technique and stuff.
Sure.
But focusing on your sound is the best.
Yeah.
I would just start there.
Okay, cool. Start there.
Yeah.
This is actually a suggestion that if you're down for, we should do. This is Aaron_Burella 187 on Instagram. Character suggestion. I want to see you guys do Bill and Hillary discussing on what to buy at Costco to prep for quarantine.
Yeah, we could do that.
We can do that?
Yeah.
If you have your Hillary wig.
I bring it everywhere I go.
You bring it everywhere,
Yeah.
right? Okay, then let's do it.
Okay.
Could I get a wig stage hand, please?
It feels like we are like in an observation.
Hey, Gage, can you come on camera real quick? Can you just stand next to me for a second? Or just right in the middle here? This is what my producer looks like. This is the dedication that it takes to put on Jeremiah Wonders at high levels of coronavirus. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm getting we are putting on the show for you guys, that the audience, at any cost. Gage is here to do it. Let's give Gage T. Arena, the Beast, and Anthony Whitlock's.
Hey, get back here, Gage. Gage, I'd like to shake your hand. I remember when we played Blind People once when you couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And I kept doing the joke, I gotta remember this face. And then I would get up out of my chair and feel their face. I keep thinking about like, wow, we did that.
We did that. Yeah. So funny story about that. Joel ran it by me because we always still go over the characters even when I'm not there. Like he's like, hey, is it cool if we do this? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, hey, can we be blind people when you're gone? And I go, Joel, if you want to do that, that's fine. But just know that blind people is not a character.
I know. That's why I was Phyllis Watkins again.
It's a literal disability.
Did you know?
Now, if you come up with a point of view for these blind people, then that's a character. But just know that just being blind is not a character. He's like, okay.
That's why it was Phyllis Watkins. And did you know that Phyllis got blind from too much masturbating, and then she got her vision back, but when a male stripper gave her a lap dance.
See, that's a backstory. That's all I want, people. Hey, is that my wife, Hillary Clinton?
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Hillary, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Hey, Hillary, we need to stock up. Listen, this is Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. We're over here at Costco right now. Hillary, what do you say we go inside this Costco, stock up for this quarantine we're about to be in?
Oh, I'd love to. Nothing more than mingling with the public right now is, just trying to get their votes.
Sure. Are you going to run again or what?
I'm always running.
Always running. I say it's time to hang it up.
Okay, Bill.
I say you don't want to look like one of those old guys like Bernie Sanders who keeps losing. It's just sad. You don't want to do it.
No. No, let's just get in there.
You want to get out while people still like you. That's what you want to do.
Oh, look, where did we find those free samples?
Oh, I wouldn't take free samples right now, Hill. It could be infected with the virus.
The virus?
The coronavirus. You haven't heard about the coronavirus?
Yeah.
How are you not up to date on what's going on with the virus?
I've been so focused on my election, I haven't even...
You haven't been reading the news?
No, I mean, I think I might have heard of something
it's
going
a
on.
mass pandemic.
Here, you mean in other countries, though?
No,
yeah. You're talking
United-
about the China thing.
The United States of America.
Oh, well, I bet they still have some free samples. It's Costco.
Okay, we'll see. Let's say we got to get our TP, we got to get our hand sanitizer, we got to get our palm olive.
Can't we just go to
soap.
the island?
We don't talk about going to Epstein's Island anymore, babe.
Well, we just call it the island now.
I know, but it's a little dicey even talking about the island.
Sounds like a great place to go during a pandemic.
Listen, Hillary, I know people, I'm not supposed to associate myself with the island anymore. So we can't tell people that we used to take Chelsea to the island, used to do family vacations there and stuff like that, okay?
Well, I mean, why can't... I would be great. There's nobody around except for those little girls we could all get, handsies from.
Okay, let's not talk about little girls on Epstein's Island, okay?
Don't you want to get jacked off during the pandemic?
Okay,
I know I do.
Hillary, I don't think this is the right time to be talking about this. We're in Costco.
There's nobody in here.
There's ears around us. I don't want people to hear that that's our Disneyland, okay?
All right.
Is there any other items that we should pick up other than the essentials that we already got?
You gotta have that hot sauce. That's all I know.
Okay, let's get some Frank's Red Hot. I don't know why you did the fingers, but I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yep.
We get some barbecue chicken. Let's get some popsicles. Let's get some frozen pizza. Let's get some Tombstone.
Oh,
anything else?
Tombstone. Oh yeah. You know what I would really like is those
batteries for your vibrator. I know you like those, honey. I know you like those.
Yeah, well, if we can't go to the island, I guess I'll have to use that.
Let the island come on you. That's what I always say.
Surf's up.
Surf's up. That's how we do it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to spend a lot of intense one-on-one time with you because I'm used to traveling to islands as soon as I get sick of you or just leaving. But it sounds like we're going to have a lot of downtime in this quarantine together.
Well, we could go to the White House, right?
Actually, we can't. That's actually the other president's jurisdiction now.
Oh, he's still the president?
Yeah.
I really forgot how this whole thing works.
You're delusional, honey. You've lost so many times. It's sad, actually.
Well, you just got to stay positive.
Good thing you're
Shake
married
hands
to a
with the
winner.
people.
2-term president. Approval rating through the roof. People loved me. The economy was booming when I was in office. And when you tried, you tried, honey. And that's, sometimes it's just worth knowing that you did your best. But just know that you're married to the best.
I don't know why you're acting like it's over.
It's over, babe.
I still have a chance.
Oh, no, you don't.
You got to stay positive.
People don't.
You got to stay positive. You got to shake hands. You got to let everybody know. Get real close to them. You got to kiss them on the mouth.
Nobody wants to shake hands with you. Nobody wants you kissing their baby. It's a different time, okay?
I just don't know what you're talking about. I think this whole thing's a media hoax.
Well, that's a very strange thing for you to say as a person of the left. Because you see, the people on the right, they thought it was a hoax for a long time.
I'm a Republican now.
Wait, what?
I'm a Republican Hillary Clinton.
That you'll do that much to win where you're switching camps?
I'll be any party. Luau, whatever.
Wow. I mean,
I just want to win.
Okay, now that's the winner that I married, Hillary Rodham. That's who I married. The woman with that gumption to do whatever it takes to win the race. And I find that sexy as hell. What do you say we get out of this Costco?
Yeah, let's get the rest of their
Let's make
lube.
love. Let's make love for the first time in 40 years. What do you say?
They're out of lube, but we can use let's see what they have left.
Tide Pods. Let's use Tide Pods.
All right. Now let's round out the episode with one of my personal favorite segments. Sax Talk.
Oh, sex talk.
This is where we get to talk about sex, right?
You guessed it.
All right. Whenever you're ready, share a story of some kind of sexual encounter and I will play along. Sweet, sweet saxophone underneath. Make it sexy. Whenever you're ready, I'll follow.
The year was 2015? No. Earlier than that. I'm going to share the story of how I lost my virginity. I was 15 years old, and it was against my will. I'm just kidding. Ooh. No, but I was 15 years old. Completely willing. My partner was a senior in high school. So it was feeling pretty cool, and we decided, hey, let's have sex tonight for the first time. So we went to the store and we bought some condoms, which is an important part to the story. So we go back to his place, which is also his parents' place. And we put a towel down. Because we heard that there might be like blood. You guys all did that too, I'm sure. Anyway, so we put the towel down. We're sure to not move too much because we don't want to, get off the towel. And we start having some sex. It was pretty bad. And then after a while, we found out that the condom was gone. So then I had to basically just go in the bathroom and look for the condom. In my vagina. And it took a while, but I found it. I was like a magician. I was like, is this your condom? turns out we got too big size of condoms, and the guy had just had a really small penis. And it came off during sex, and it got lost in my vagina. And that was the basis for every sexual encounter I had after that. So size matters.
Part of me was hoping that you were going to say, and I still haven't found that condom to this day. Been lost in old Cavern Puss Johnson up here.
That was my original nickname.
You're like, on Twitter, it didn't work as well. Cavern Puss Johnson.
It was taken.
It was taken.
So I had to.
So I had to do
Jetski.
Jetski Johnson.
So stupid.
So stupid. Jessie, thank you so much for coming on the show. You are an amazing new addition to the Kill Tony family. I'm stoked to have you on the show and get to work with you every week because I'm very excited to see what characters and what direction that we take the band in with you alongside. Do you want to plug anything before we close this out?
Just stay safe out there. I'm your Corona guest.
You are the first one. Well, Michael Onochi was last week when it was starting to get a little wonky, and then you're a trooper for coming out.
I'm glad a couple moments of this I forgot we were in a pandemic, and I hope everyone listening and watching also did. And take it one day at a time. And thank you so much for having me. This was so fun. All of it's mutual. I love being part of the band, and it's an exciting time.
Heck yeah. And what I will say, I'll do this. Some comedians are doing like Patreon and different things like that right now. A lot of us are out of work right now. Do you have a Venmo, Jessie?
At Jetski Johnson.
At Jetski Johnson is her Venmo. My Venmo is Jeremiah-Watkins. If you want to throw a tip or anything Jessie's way or my way, we appreciate it. Gage, Anthony, do you guys have Venmos?
Yeah, I have one. Mine's Stefan, Stefan dash Tijerina, Tijerina.
And we'll put this all up in text on the video version, but for the audio version, we'll do that at the beginning of the podcast as well. And then Anthony, what about you, buddy?
I'm Anthony Whitlocks, Whitlox.
So there you go. It's one of those things. Don't feel the pressure or need to do it, but some people are asking how they can send support or whatever. So there you go. And then follow us on social media. Jetski Johnson, Jeremiah Stand Up. And if you are listening to this and you haven't subscribed to the YouTube yet, youtube.com/Jeremiah Watkins. Weekly videos, weekly content. Thank you to the team, Gage, Anthony, Jessie, for being here. I love you guys. Be safe, and we'll be back next week with more new content. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.